Here in this video we will see about the plots pattern in Seaborn. Seaborn is a data visualization, or we can say Seaborn is used for the data visualization, which plays a very important role in data mining. Seaborn is a Python data visualization library based on the matplotlib. It provides the high-level interface for drawing the attractive and informative statistical graphics. Seaborn is built on the top of the matplotlib. It is used for the statistical graphics. Okay, so first part is a distribution plot. Distribution plot is further divided into four types. First is disk plot, second is joint plot, third one is pair plot, and fourth one is rug plot. Firstly, we'll move towards the disk plot. Disk plot is histogram of selected continuous variable. We can change the number of bins. Okay, and this distribution plot helps us to visualize the distribution of data. We can use the plots to understand the mean, median, range, variance, deviation of the data. So now we'll see the practical example. Here I have imported all the library. Import numpy as np, then import pandas as pd, then I have imported the matplotlib.pyplot. That means I am using the pyplot module which belongs to matplotlib as plt. Then I have imported the Seaborn library. Okay, now here in this line I have taken the train.csv file. By using the pandas I am going to read this file. If you want to see how this reading is done, for that you have to refer the pandas video. That video's link I will provide you in the description box. So I have taken df is equals to pd.read underscore csv in bracket train.csv. Then I am going to type this. For that I have taken the df. Now we'll move towards the next, that is disk plot. Disk plot is a function which is used for plotting the graph in Seaborn. So I have taken the Seaborn library, import Seaborn as SNS. Then I have taken the SNS.diskplot. Diskplot is function for plotting the disk plot. Okay, when I will move my cursor inside this function and I will press shift tab, at that time it will provide the parameter description that we can use for this particular function. Then click on this. Here x is x-axis name, y is y. So see, these are the total number of variables that we can pass inside this diskplot function, and the description of these parameters is given below. Okay, so you can use all these parameters inside this function. Okay, now see here I am using some of or a few parameter for the inside this function. So firstly I am using x is a x-axis variable, x-axis label. Suppose I am using x is equals to df in bracket p class. That means I want to plot a graph for column name p class. See here in the data frame p class is one of the columns. So I want to plot a graph for this particular column. So inside x-axis I am writing x is equals to p class sns.diskplot x is equals to df inside this p class. Okay, suppose I want to plot a graph for another column also. In that case you have to write x is equals to df. Instead of writing p class you have to assign another column name, that is I want to assign for age so instead of writing p class you can assign age also. So here I will insert cell above and I will try for column age. Then I will run this. See here for age there is a display of diskplot function. Okay, there is display of this plot for the column name as a age. Now I will use another parameter inside this function. Suppose I want to use beans. Beans is nothing but the groups for the graph. Suppose I have assigned beans is equals to 20. That means total graph is divided into 20 beans. See here, beans is equals to 20 here. So count the total beans. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Likely 20 beans are there. That means your graph is divided into 20 beans. Now suppose I want to change the bean size. Bean is equals to 5. For that I am inserting cell above and changing the values of bean. Instead of 20, suppose I am taking 5. So see here, beans, that is beans are 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means total 5 groups are there inside your graph. Now second type of graph is a joint plot. Joint plot, it is a combination of this plot of two variables. It is an example of bivariate analysis. Joint plot means you are joining two this point graph. So here I have taken SNS.jointPlot. This is a joint plot function, and inside this function I have passed this parameter. Suppose you want to check the parameters description inside for this particular function. For that you have to go inside this function and you have to type the shift plus tab. So here all the parameter description will display here. So these are the parameters that you can pass inside this function, and description of all parameters is given here. One important parameter that I passed many times, that is u. U is nothing but the column name. Okay, now see, I have passed the parameter as a x is age, y is fair, and kind means which type of graph that you want to plot. Suppose I am taking a scatter plot for first, and second one is hex plot. When I will run this code, it will display the scatter plot. This is a representation of scatter plot which showing in dotted, and this is a hex plot. Okay, now this is a hex plot and above is the scatter plot. Now after this, third type is a pair plot. Pair plot, it takes all numerical attribute of a data and plot pairwise scatter plot for two different variable and histogram for the same variable. And syntax for this pair plot is SNS.pairplot, and inside this df is given. When I will execute this, I will get this type of a graph. Pair plot is nothing but the numerical graph which shows this type of graph. Numerical graph or attribute of a data and plot pairwise scatter plot for two different variables and histogram for the same variable. Syntax for this pair plot is this SNS.pairplot, and inside this you have to pass your variable, that is tf, and if you want to pass some parameters, in that case type shift tab and see the description how many parameters or which type of parameter that we can pass inside this, and we can change the graph picture. See here, description of pair plot function is given here. You can change height, you can change corner, you can change anything that you want. See the description and then you can change. Okay. The next type of a graph is a after pair plot. Rug plot is there. Rug plot means it draws a dash mark instead of a uniform distribution, and in this plot, this is an example of univariate. See here, instead of distribution in a this plot, it shows the dash mark. See, this is example of rug plot. Here rug plot, I have taken rug plot as a function, and inside that I am going to plot the rug plot for the column age. Okay, this is a rug plot for column age. And again you want to see the description of this function, then you have to click the shift and tab. It will display the all parameters description that you can pass inside this rug plot function. Okay. After rug plot, second type of a graph plot is a categorical plot. Categorical plot is, it helps to understand the categorical variable. We can use them for univariate and bivariate analysis. First one is a bar plot. Inside this categorical plot, first plot is a bar plot, which is bivariate analysis. And on x-axis you have to take categorical variable, and y-axis you have to take the continuous variable. Suppose I want to draw this bar plot. For that, on x-axis I have taken the sex, and for y-axis I have taken the fair. These two columns which are present in the data set that we have already read by using pandas. See here. So here 12 columns are there. Inside this 12 column I have selected the sex, and second one is fair. So for these two column I am going to draw a bar plot. Always remember, in bar plot you have to take x-axis for categorical variable, and you have to take y-axis for continuous variable. So when I will plot this bar plot, it will look like this. See here, this is a bar plot. For that you have to import your library, then type sns.barplot and these parameters that you have to pass. Now you want to change the color of the plot, then you can change. If you want to change the background color also, then also you can change. For that you have to go inside this function and shift tab and see the parameters description, and according to parameter description you can change the bar plot parameters and change the picture of this plot. Okay. Now after bar plot, next is a count plot, which is a type of categorical plot. Count plot is nothing but it counts the number of occurrences of categorical variable. For example, it is an example of univariate analysis. So here see, I am importing the library, then I am using this count plot function. sns.countplot, inside this df p class, that means I want to draw a count plot for p class column. So three types of class are there: first class, second class and third class. So three colors are there for showing these three classes. So for class 1 blue color is there, for class 2 orange color is there, and for class 3 green color is there. So if you want to change the pictorial representation of this plot, in that case you can change the parameter of the count plot function and you can change the picture. Okay, this is your count plot. After count plot, next type, that is third type